All right, that's all I wanted to say.
So 3, 2, 1. Hey YouTube, what's up, dog? I'm gonna keep doing it. It's like a slate. It's like a slate, bro. I just need one of those little clapper thingies. Okay. Okay.
The mic just dies every time.
My favorite one is
YouTube.
when we started Couch Potato, and right when you said like, "Hey," I went, "Bah!" Yes, hi YouTube.
Hi YouTube.
This is the Morning After Music show. You missed an hour of a great discussion
about how Texas needs to be ripped off the fucking United States and let go.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yeah.
Let it drift off into nothingness.
Right.
Basically, if you
go
want to
ahead.
watch us with all the news and all the latest album releases and all the other shit, join us live for the Morning Brew. We talk for about an hour, just bullshitting. We have a good time. It's a rip-roaring good time, I might add.
Right. It's the part of the show where we can kind of be current and we don't have to worry about, YouTube getting fucked, because like no one wants to care about shit that happened months ago if you're watching it later. But the album review, if you like the album, you can watch that any fucking time.
Apparently we say dumb shit that you're not allowed to say on YouTube.
Yeah, and if you hate it, thumbs it down like many have done on the During Grave View. But hey,
it's getting
the metrics work all the same way, baby.
Work, it doesn't fucking matter, Dib Dab.
But yeah, like when we were seeing it's like, oh, we've got more dislikes than likes. I was like, I don't give a fuck. We got the views are coming in, man. Like,
right. So
we weren't even that mean.
Yeah. Like,
but I was
gonna be surprised with the rest of this content.
I know. So like we were saying, we do the Morning Brew, #Morning Brew, over on Twitch live, and we actually do this show right here live as well. We just use it as the format for recording this video because it's easy that way. But over on Twitch, we finally hit or broke the 200 mark on our followers, which is great. I know it sounds small, and people on YouTube have millions and millions of subscribers, but hey, all right, we're a small channel. We just changed up everything we're doing, and I like the progression. Okay, so go over there and like us there. Like us on the Instagrams. That's happening, and then also click the little buttons down below, so that when we go live. And if we ever go live on YouTube, probably won't because YouTube sucks.
No, we'll be live on Discord pretty soon here.
Yeah, maybe. You never know. Things are changing all the time. But yeah, give us a follow and like and subscribe and all the good things. Thank you so much.
All right. Cool.
All right. So this week, as you can tell from the title, using your little brain and your little eyes and your little cognitive functions.
Right.
We're doing Rage War's new album, Manic. It was Brett's choice this week, wherever he is.
Right. I'm down here. Yep, down here. Yeah.
Range Wars.
Range
yes.
Wars. Yeah.
Right. Wage War. Yeah.
Wage War.
So yeah, Florida band. I like these guys. I
liked past tense.
Yeah, I liked these guys. Yeah, I've been a fan for a while. Yeah, I picked this album because there wasn't a lot out. I
know.
I had to pick a new one, and I'm like, I went through the whole fucking list of shit. I'm like, I don't know, man.
Yeah, because we forgot this one existed, and we were like, oh fuck, that's right, they did put this out last week. It was just so bad that we didn't put it on our radar.
Yeah.
It's not terrible, but we're gonna break down, the categories of why this album exists, and we'll give it a score, and we'll rank it for everybody.
Yeah.
Yes.
But shit, Brett, what before we get into all the history stuff, do you have like a first impression, like when you were listening? Anything? Because it was your choosing this week.
If I had to do something like really quick, I would say that if you liked, this is the new version of Memphis May Fire.
Okay.
They started really good. I did like them a lot. The same. The first few albums, they were really good. They were different. They weren't different, but they were.
Or even a Beartooth, similar to that thing.
But it's, you could tell steam's running out. Yeah.
Either steam's running out or they're trying to make money. I think they might be selling out a little bit.
Yeah.
Ooh.
But yeah, that's quick review.
All right.
Yeah.
So let's get into the history of this real fast. Some little info. This is Wage Wars' 4th studio album. Is released on the 1st of October of this year. It has 11 tracks coming in at just 35 minutes and 38 seconds, which is
short.
I mean, fucking Bill Murray we listened to last week, that was only 10 minutes less. That went, what
And
the
that was
fuck?
half. That was half.
And
the
it
song.
was much better.
Had 3 producers involved. We had Drew Falk, who has worked with Motionless in White, Kane Hill, Crown the Empire, I Prevail, We Came as Romans, Miss May I, Emir, Little Peep. Ooh. I don't know how, but they found me. Can't Swim, Ice Nine Kills. This band, the previous album, Pressure. Maybe.
No, that makes sense because this is very similar.
It could be producer's fault.
Afterburner from Dance Gavin Dance, and was also on You're Welcome by A Day to Remember. Remember that name, it's gonna come back. Also had Andrew Wade, who has worked on every A Day to Remember album between and Their Name is Treason and Common Courtesy.
Well, they live in the same town, right? So
and they hate that town. It's so fucked up, and all their friends don't give a fuck.
Clearly, they don't give a fuck.
Neck Deep, Motionless in White, Our Last Night, and Ghost Inside, and The Word Alive. He's Andrew Wade is actually a pretty good producer. He's worked on a lot of shit.
Yeah,
a lot of shit.
If you've heard of the name Warped Tour, you've heard of this guy.
Right. Yeah.
Also, I think he was married to Sherry Dupree from Isley
before Bemis.
Before Max, yeah. I think, I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, YouTube. I'm sorry. So Jeremy McKinnon.
Yeah, he's
on there. Worked on every one of this band's albums because he found them apparently.
He did.
You might know him from a band called Day to Remember. You missed all of our talks about that bullshit earlier.
Yikes. Yep.
There's some breaking news on that.
Yeah.
You probably have heard it, but not from them because they haven't said anything because they're cowards.
That's right.
Who has also worked on Devil Wears Prada, The Ghost Inside, Neck Deep, and like I said, this band. The singles from this album, which I realized should have been adding this in every single review, but whatever. High Horse, Circle the Drain, and Teeth as of right now. This album was written during the COVID shutdown. Go fucking figure.
That's why it's bad.
The song True Colors was co-written with Matty Mullins. So.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah.
Well, so I'm
fucking wonder.
I'm pretty spot on my shit.
Good call, dude.
Wow, look at your little ears working.
I know.
Sometimes.
Are we getting good at this or something?
I said my genius.
I know. Shit.
It has peaked at 18 on the UK rock and metal albums chart and a little 76 on the Australian albums chart.
Nothing on the US chart, eh?
Not on Wikipedia, at least, and that's as far as my care goes. So yeah, that's it. That's all I got.
No,
okay.
Brett, what do you think?
Yeah.
Are we just going into the review? Okay.
I mean, what else is there? They wrote this in like literally it's only 35 minutes long.
It's just usually I wasn't expecting to get into this so quickly. Do I want to take a guess at what temperature it is? Bitch, where you at?
I know. What are we?
No, this isn't the Weather Channel.
Yeah.
Just use your app.
Yeah. So this, like I said, I've been a big fan of these guys for a long time.
They weren't bad.
They really weren't. I still play quite a few of their songs on drums, whenever I do. I liked them a lot. The last album, when that came out, I could start to tell like, okay, this is the feeling, the heart, the emotion that like actually goes into making music starting to fade away a little bit, starting to kind of die off. This album, gone. This is I need to make money. I need to, we have contracts and stuff in place that I can't get out of. I have to make an album.
Yep.
This is it. It's just.
Yeah. And it's there. Like, I feel like with that in mind too, there's obviously the trends of like the market. Like we've seen Fit for a King slowly go more friendly to the ear, not super heavy. We've seen Beartooth do this. We've seen Bring Me the Horizon do this. I think Bring Me the Horizon does it the best because the music they make in the new genre that they have sounds good. Right?
They're not trying to be like anyone else. They're just trying to do
right.
their own.
Yeah,
they did their thing, and everyone else kind of copied it. And I think these producers are like, we want to make more money, right? We need to be more stand out. You know,
Yep.
we need to pull maybe some of the radio rockers over to the harder side. That's what it is. Yeah, Cody.
And
go
how?
ahead.
Yes, hi. Trent Trim from the
The
Independent.
independent. Yeah.
The Independent. Yeah, and how do you make money these days? You get on those big festival tours in the U.S.
Right,
So
yeah.
you
Right.
know, like Beartooth, like all the other ones you
Well,
mentioned.
Right, and I think even with those radio tours, that you know, it just shows like, okay, let's say 98 Rock in Rockfest, right, in Tampa. That same group of bands will go to the Orlando one, will go to the Jacksonville one, and they'll just hop around the entire country that way, making money. Their music not necessarily gets on the radio unless they have like one single that is chill enough, but they will still open up for the Breaking Benjamin that is, you know, doing that show, or the Rise Against that's doing that show.
Right.
The Papa
They'll-
Roach. Be
The Papa
realistic.
Roaches, right?
Papa
So
Roach.
they will get on that that show, so you'll hear them open, and you're like, "Well, that sounds pretty cool," and they're really heavy, and I'm drunk, and I don't give a fuck, right? So like, that's what's happening here.
Like this,
Easy.
by definition, this ticks all of the boxes that for like a metalcore standard album.
Mhm.
You know, it's got the ballads, it's got the singing choirs, it's got choruses. I'm sorry, it's got the breakdowns. It has the things.
I think the tuning is a little off, and I think that the musicianship is a little off. Because like we listened to Phineas, and that is top tier metalcore this year,
That's because Phineas is
right? Like, well,
That kid is
obviously they have like one of the
fine.
greatest guitar players in all of metalcore at the moment.
Yeah.
And they have the
But-
power of God and anime on there.
That is very true. Jesus rocks with an X. But I think they're trying to take a lot of radio guys, come over here, hardcore deathcore dudes, come over here. Like, look, we'll try to put them all in the same box, and we'll make a little bit of something for everybody. That's why a lot of the writing seems disjointed.
Mhm.
it just seems forced. It's a forced album.
Yeah, just like You're Welcome. Like, that doesn't seem authentic, and neither does this. I couldn't tell you one lyric that I'm like, oh, that's really cool. Good for them for writing something like that.
Dude, like,
There's nothing in here.
I'll put it this way. For me, like where I started listening to these guys, when fuck, I'm actually
Stitches.
I'm gonna look it up real quick just to make sure I remember the song. Witness.
Uh-huh.
When it came out, I remember sitting on the fucking wall at the racetrack, being like, because Brian DeFries posted it. He's like, "This fucking song slaps." I was like, "All right, I'm bored. I'll
Yeah.
listen to it." And I turned it on, and I was like, "What the hell? Yes, dude!" And like, I was
Yeah,
jamming. And I
jamming.
remembered it immediately. I remembered
Mhm.
every song from that fucking album immediately.
Yeah.
This, I've listened to it, I don't know, bunch of times now. Like usually,
Tried.
yeah, like most of the time with these albums, I'll just turn it on in the car, and that's all I listen to the entire week, going to work and back.
It was a little rough trying to listen to this.
Dude, I can't remember most of it.
The
just
things I
can't
do
it.
remember.
Everything is so cookie cutter and
Oh, yeah.
just
I can't even tell
Here-
what song is what anymore. It's like
You-
it's just
you
the same
could
shit.
click around the album at random parts and random songs. I
And you would-
tested this last night. It sounds like it's the same song.
Yeah.
Sounds like it never even
exactly.
And we talked about Bring Me the Horizon a little earlier. You know how like they started and we heard them like that Mantra or track, right? Mantra with the little robot chick. She's in every one of these songs. Right? It's like the
Almost,
same
feels
thing.
like it.
It's like a call out to the title. Beginning of the song, they yell high horse. They yell death roll at the end of a song. Like it's so contrived and corny. It's like I don't want to hear the title of the song. I know this is so small, but it's like what I get that's really common right now in a lot of music. People want that cool call out, like the arf arf. Okay, we get it. You want to have that in everything. Okay, but it's really weird here, and I don't like the choruses in this. They're corny as fuck. The lyrics are like straight Mother Goose rhymes. Like
Yeah.
like it's
Yeah.
pretty tough.
It's
Tough to listen to.
It's not a
Now
fun
that
ride.
saying, the musicianship, I thought some of the riffs were really cool, but I mentioned that earlier in the before we got on chat and YouTube, talking to Brett, and he goes, "Why don't you just listen to the other albums then?"
Mhm.
And that's
Yeah.
100% the truth.
Yeah.
I don't need to listen to these cool tracks to hear a small little riff. I can listen to the entire other ones, the entire
the
top to
actual
bottom.
song is good. Yeah.
Right. So
That's like you can hear there's parts of this, it's like, oh yeah, that's definitely Wage War.
Yeah.
You know,
Sure, sure.
It's definitely it's still them. It's just it's so manufactured sounding.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
You know, it's just it doesn't seem genuine. It doesn't seem like they actually came up with those parts. It was like they were
If
just
you
listening to
ask-
the old album and it's like, we need to do this again.
It's like if you go and ask an executive, hey, Mr. Business Guy,
What's metalcore?
describe to me what a metalcore album sounds
Right,
like. And
yeah.
he hands you this, and he's
Yeah.
like, just listen to this. And you're like,
Yeah.
okay, that is metalcore.
Mm.
All right.
Yes.
You like the call out before a breakdown? You like the fast fucking quarter note hits? Okay, we'll do that each verse.
Do you
It's like-
guys miss when Disturbed would go arc? Well, don't worry. In Teeth, he's going to do it like 8 times.
Yeah.
Right, yeah. Like it's so
And it's got the down down digga 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 down down ding digga digga digga, like it's got that all over
Yeah.
it.
It's like I heard that. I'm like, am I listening to Disturbed? What the
right. And what's a shame is that this is where my production score was down a little bit. It's like, yeah, it sounds modern, okay? But the tuning is so low that it hurts the metalcore riffs, right? So like if we are hearing those cool riffs, they're muddy because it's just so
Well, it's-
fat.
oh,
There's too much fatness.
I think it's overproduced at that point.
Yeah,
Oh,
yeah, right,
Because
exactly.
like that's those parts have always like again that's a wage war. Like that's been them since the beginning. But it's I don't know. I don't know how else to explain it other than like it's just forced, overproduced.
Yeah,
fashion.
they
like, it's just
I feel like they were on the path to becoming the new metalcore genre.
Yeah,
Like
that's,
we-
that's why I was listening to it for so much. I was like, I feel like this is a
Yeah,
good way
so
to
it's
go.
like you have the Phineas, you have the As I Lay Dying, you have the War of Ages, you know, that classic metalcore that we know
the
of.
old generation. Yeah,
Right. And then you have this band that's like, we're not a pop punk metalcore band. We are just a metalcore band.
Mhm.
And we don't go so heavy that we go into that weird deathcore, new core shit that's happening right now. It was their own thing. And then they were like, holy shit, Beartooth is rich now. I want to be like that. And that's just exactly what happened. They didn't even fucking take a break. It was like, we're doing it. And that's exactly what the last 2 albums, I guess, were, right?
yeah.
Yeah.
Last
Especially-
album was
especially Pressure. I will say
Sure.
this is better than Pressure.
sure. There's I think there's cooler songs on this. Not
Yeah.
as a whole,
I
but I
see,
think there's
I
some cooler
think-
tracks.
I think overall, I like Pressure more.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I think
Okay.
me personally, I would go with the album before I go with this one because this just seems like the part 2 of that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, it's
I
just
see it.
it's
Well, I also haven't really listened to Pressure, and I was forced to listen to this. So there you go.
yeah, and that's
Right.
I almost
Sure.
these are the situations where I'm like, I wish we could just listen to the old album instead of this one.
Well,
Mhm.
maybe,
You know, to
maybe we'll
get an
do a
idea.
retro. Maybe we'll jump a retro on just to
Yeah.
talk
Just to
about
do
that
it,
because
yeah.
we said the same thing about A Day to Remember. Is like you almost
Right.
need a palate cleanse. You almost have to go back and listen to it so that it erases the memory of listening to this new thing.
Honestly, after doing the review for Your Welcome, going back and listening to Day to Remember, I get mad because I'm like, what the fuck happened? Look how easy
I
this
haven't
was.
done it. I haven't done it.
Sure.
I
But
just-
hey,
just
you
keep going
can't
when
say
I see it.
this about the Memphis May Fire thing. At least they didn't make 5 music videos in the same place. So there's that.
There
I
we
Wage
mean,
war.
you don't want to just put up a bunch of TVs and then just change,
Change
the
the
color.
color?
of them?
They were
Right.
making music videos on a budget. They only had one day.
It seems like
Knock
it.
out.
Fuck.
So instead of making one damn good video, you made 5 really bad ones.
Yeah.
Right. You're dumb, stupid.
Yeah.
But hey, let's get into our categories. Who wants to start off?
Hold
Wait,
on,
shit.
Yeah.
My bad, Cody. I forgot you.
Yeah,
you were
y'all
here.
just fucking steamrolled over each other. I don't even know if Brett was done. Josh just started his. I was just gonna
Josh
let him
was
go.
ready to go, dude.
I don't. Yeah, whatever. Go ahead, Cody. you break it down now.
You guys pretty much covered a lot of it. It's just okay. Again, decent choruses and breakdowns, but the riffs are generic as shit. It reminds me of in high school when I was like, yeah, Children of Bodom, and Jordan would be like, it's the same riff in C minor in every intro. It's the same. It's over
Sure.
and over.
Yeah.
A lot of the songs sound like they had a dartboard of all the bands they liked, and they were just like, okay, let's do Bring Me the Horizon now.
That's a good
Let's
point.
do
Right.
a little bit of new metal now. Let's do the robot voice.
Dude, the fucking
Yeah, that
was it
there was a.
Manic?
I don't know what I think. Yeah, that might be it. It has that weird new metal rap part in
The
it.
rap,
It's
dude, I
so
fucking
bad.
hate that
So
song.
cringe.
It's the cringiest shit I've ever fucking
But
heard.
you know what? I listened to it and I'm like, I see exactly what they're going for. on paper I should like it.
Yeah,
but I
Deadmau5.
don't
But nope.
because
It's
I'm wearing a Deadmau5 shirt right now.
yeah.
But I don't because I can clearly see there's like, oh, we're just doing new metal. It's like when we were writing music and we're like, all right, what bands do we want to copy? Let's have a Mastodon song and call
Right.
it Black Ranger. But you know what? We're fucking dumb idiots who didn't go anywhere. These are professionals.
I
Yeah,
know they're
yeah.
literally
Like-
getting paid to do this, right? Like
I already said the fucking Disturbed Arc and Teeth, which I
seriously, it's so
I can't
bad.
stand. Can't stand it. The repetitiveness of Godspeed's chorus, where it goes, bend me till I break, bend me till I break down, put me in my grave, face down.
Godspeed, right? Like, and it's just like that.
Brilliant.
That is not a
Brilliant.
rhyme. I know breakdown and face down are two different words technically, but you're rhyming down with down.
Yeah,
Also,
and-
this is the
Oh, it's
only
311.
chorus I remember, and it's because they fucking repeat it 20 times.
And that's the thing. Like, you go back to listening to the first few albums, and it's like they actually have really catchy choruses, and they don't sound stupid.
Oh, dude, there's stories
What
that they're telling.
happened?
There's
I
stories,
know.
dude. Like the Johnny Cash song, like amazing.
Mhm.
Love it. It's
Stitches is good.
Stitches is good. Yeah, like this is just. We've already covered it. I'm starting to get worked up. I was just starting to get annoyed just repeating myself.
Yeah, repeat stuff, forehead. It's like the Bo Burnham song. Repeat stuff, repeat stuff, repeat stuff,
Yeah, yeah.
repeat stuff. Yeah, that's what that fucking chorus is like. That's what this whole album is like.
Yeah,
That's
Death
what
Roll's
this
got
whole
the
album, yeah.
with the wee woos.
Yeah, Death Roll has the wee woos, which on at first you're like, oh man, this sounds pretty cool. But then you remember, didn't I hear this? Didn't I hear
Once,
this last year?
Yep.
Oh yeah, it's after the burials. Behold the crown. Yeah,
Yep.
just
And,
that.
and they do it hella better, and it sounds
It's,
way
yeah,
cooler.
exactly, dude. It's so much better.
It's like- yeah,
Like this is fucking like, you know, when we're in 8th grade, when we're fucking 13 years old, being like, dude,
Yeah,
let's figure out how to do this.
let's do a wee woo song. Yeah.
I learned how to pinch harmonic.
Yeah.
Uh,
Still can't
I
play
never learned
rhythms,
how to
but
do a
we
pinch
got that.
I
Yeah.
never learned how to do a pinch harmonic. I'll be honest.
You play bass.
Yeah. Never Say Goodbye is, I felt like, was the slow A Day to Remember song we should have gotten on You're Welcome, not driving a buck 75 on 75 75 75. Like, that's actually a pretty good song. I
Yeah.
like that one, but I'm like, this is A Day to Remember. This is not Wage War.
Yeah, when we go back, we see who wrote that. Probably Jeremy McKenna.
It is probably.
The songs, like you guys said, there are some bright spots in them, but again, nothing we haven't already heard already, because nothing on this album actually pushes the envelope enough
Yes.
to where it's like, oh, this is new, this is fresh.
This
You
was unnecessary. They didn't need to put this album out. They could have just done a couple of singles and said, here's a package, and we're going to make a better album next time.
I remember seeing in the interviews, looking up everything, they specifically called out like, oh yeah, a lot of people in our, genre are just putting out EPs, and we're like, nah, we want to do a full album. It's like, nah, you should just did an EP.
Should've
Yeah,
done
because
EP.
like, what's the fucking story to this? Just, oh, you wanted 11 songs?
You know who did do an EP and it fucking rocks is Knocked Loose, and they had no promotion for it. They just dropped it. You
Right.
idiot.
Dude, I mean,
Yeah.
Cody, I already told you the band I've been listening to a lot. They've just been doing singles, and they're amazing. Veil of Maya.
Yeah.
Absolutely
Yep.
amazing. Fucking
Mhm.
love them.
Mm-hmm. All right, so want to get into the categories, or do you want to do
I'm
some
just-
reviews around the net?
Yeah, let's do reviews around the net. I
Cool.
think the
Then we'll-
categories
then
we
we'll
pretty
do
much have gone over. We're just going to repeat ourselves at that point.
That is
Yeah.
true. We don't need to give you the
Um,
nitty gritties.
So before I get into it, y'all want to have just a random guess? Throw a number out there, what the average around the net will be?
I can't see it getting higher than 7.5.
Are you talking about overall, like combined?
Overall
Um,
around the net.
well,
Yeah,
I
there might
mean,
be a few like dick suckers out there that
Right,
like
you
all
already
press.
saw.
I say I already saw, so I'm
last night.
gonna pretend I didn't see it. I would hope and expect the internet to kind of give it around 7.5 to 8.
I
I
don't want to
respect
see anything over a 7.5.
All right, well,
Like I there's sometimes some dick suckers, like I said, like Kerrang or Alt Press, that will give it like, oh, this is a fucking 9.5. Like I think giving over
When
7.5
you say that,
yeah.
can't be real for
Well-
anyone that is a musician and knows music.
well,
Apparently, no one does.
Josh, going over these reviews, you
Oh,
would think
no.
it's the first heavy album any one of these people have ever listened to.
Yeah.
Let me start rolling down these numbers. All right. Distorted Sound gave it an 8. Kerrang gave it an 8.
Okay.
Rock and Load gave it a 9. Wall
Who?
of Sound. A lot of these are Who, but you know what? They have a star next to their thing, so they get on
They're
the list.
Oh,
They're
they
real,
count
yeah.
more than us. Yeah.
Yeah, true.
Well, Well, no, they put a number on there so they get on the list so I could get a good average. And it doesn't come out to be at a 9. Wall of Sound 7.5. Okay.
Smart.
Rate Your Music's average was 6.56.
That's
There you
right.
go.
That's exactly right.
We're evening it out, and now to ruin that, Hysteria Magazine was a 9. So that's 2 9s, 2 8s.
So yeah, so that fucks up our getting it in the average. Then it has to be a little above.
Well, you say that, but then Metal Storm comes to save us with a 6.44.
Oh, good job.
There you
So
go.
maybe it's still sitting in the 7.5s.
The best website of this week, gamesbrainsandaheadbanginglife.com, aka
good.
GBHBL. 7.4. Don't ask me. The first time I ever.
So
Yeah.
gaming dicks and whatever. So that website gets on the
7.4.
list, but we can't get on the list anywhere.
Yeah,
Well,
they're
we can
getting
get our own
funded.
list. What are you talking about?
I want people to see it. Okay, you found that. You can't find Germ's rating anywhere.
Well, let's hire some writers and they could just redo
Josh.
all this. Yeah.
I ain't doing shit. I got a job.
Sputnik Music. It's gonna save this with a 5.6.
Hell yeah, they're fucking it up.
Bro,
And again,
5?
On the websites that have like a user average, that's the average I go for anyone.
Yeah,
Oh, the
yeah,
user-
because the
okay,
users are the only ones because they're not getting paid.
They're the ones who mattered.
It's like
Yeah.
Metacritic and all that. Yeah.
Right.
And finally, Sonic Perspectives gave it an 8.6. So do some quick maths. Boop, 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 boop. That brings the average to a 7.61. So right around where y'all said.
Right.
God, I'm getting
A little bit higher.
That's
because
what
of
I
the
was.
fucking
That's what I was
9.
thinking. I know the 9s kind of fucked it up because I didn't think it was gonna be over 7.5, and I was really hoping it would be sub 7.
Yeah, the ones that were 9s and 8s, I read the reviews, which I normally don't do. I just look at the numbers and say, oh, okay, why?
Salivating at the metal.
No, for real. They were like, this is so fucking heavy and so cool. And I'm like, guys.
They've never heard the old
Jesus.
stuff. They've never listened to the old albums. Then
And I was like, did you guys
There's
just
no
get
way.
hired and
There's
you're
no way.
18?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
my
Also,
God.
you start seeing a lot of the reviews kind of just look a little, hey, copy my homework, but change it a little bit.
Oh no. Okay.
Anywho.
so they all read the same Wikipedia and fucking did a report on it.
Yeah.
No. I'd like to think that our reviews would go a little bit more in-depth and honest in everything. You know,
Right.
I feel like we do our due diligence and honest opinions.
Yeah, we come from it from like a musician mindset, and so
And
when-
a fan mindset.
and
We
if- yeah,
don't
the
want
cons-
we don't
True
want any of
consumer.
these bands to suck. You know, we want them to produce good music.
Yeah,
But if you just go around licking each other's assholes all day long,
right.
you know, 100% eat ass, no one ever makes new stuff. You have to be critical of the things when they deserve to be criticized.
Yep.
Very
You
true.
know? Fucking Josh and I love the Spirit Box album. Brett was just kind of okay with it. So there you go. Like, that was fair.
Right.
Yeah.
During great
hate it.
fans.
I know.
Yeah, you got, can you imagine them watching this? Like we are shitting all over this thing, and the During Grey album, we're like, oh, yeah.
It's
alright.
during gray.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. All right.
Anyway,
So
I'm
let
gonna be
me.
harping on that for a while.
All right.
Give a
So you
fuck.
said it was a 7.6, right? Was the
Yeah.
average? Okay.
That's the average. Okay.
So we
Most
kind
of
of talked about everything in the category, so I'm not going to go one by one, but nothing got close to an 8 for me. It was all average, if not
Mhm.
sub-average for me. So like there's a lot of 6.5s in here, a lot of lame as fucks in here as I was going through my list here, and then I think the highest, like I said, was the 7.7-ish area for production and musicianship because I just thought it sounded decent for a modern CD or modern record. And then musicianship, they were decent there too. They're good musicians, they just couldn't write this song very well, their songs very well. So my final score, combining everything, is a 6.93. think I was being a little nice.
I
Wow.
was actually expecting a lower number from you. Yeah. Not bad.
Brett.
My overall score, I did it twice,
Mhm.
just because I was a little nicer on the mainly on the production side. I was like, oh yeah, it's produced, it sounds good, that's audio's there.
Yeah.
But at the same time, as we were starting to like, talk about, it's like, yeah, it's almost
It's
overproduced
a little
now.
flat. Yeah, it's a little too much.
Yeah. My overall came out to a 7.15.
Okay, so I would say we're pretty much at the same
So,
place.
yeah, we're
You
pretty
round
close.
up, round down your average.
Right.
Josh, talk about being in the same place. Mine again, production highest. I got 7.5. That was the highest thing. Consistency was 7.4 because it. You can click around the album, sounds the same, so that's
Sounds the same.
consistent, I guess.
Yeah.
Yeah, but consistent to what is the question?
Yeah. Lyrics, originality, and memorability were all at like a 7.5, 7.6.
Yeah, average place for me as well.
Sub average, really. I say if it gets a 7, that's average. That's a C.
Okay.
It's passing.
Yep.
You start moving below, and if you get into like the 5s and the 4s and the 3s, day to remember, that's when you really fuck up.
Yeah, that's failing.
So my average came out to a 6.92. So
Oh,
wow.
we are
Same.
almost the
Yeah.
same.
Yeah, y'all are.
okay.
That is a first.
Yeah.
All right. So,
Let me pull
this
up.
might be right with you, Devil Wears Prada. This might be right with you.
All right,
yeah.
where are we thinking?
Here, let me pull up the wall.
It's either
Hold up.
12 or it's 11.
Hey, look
like,
at that. You can see the fucking wall.
Yeah, I think
Hey, looks nice.
it's above Atreyu because we were really bad on that. It's in the 7.1. Like it's either like 1 point above
It's-
11 or 1 point below.
Yeah, it's below Devil Wears Prada. Just.
Okay.
But it is.
Brett,
Okay.
you want to give a number, Brett?
Actual number?
Yeah.
I'll do one too.
I'm going to say a 7.04.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I'm going 7.09. I think it's right before
Price is right.
7.1. I think it's
Price is right
it's
or
7. I think it's 7.1 on the dot, but I think right around there.
Jason's got a 7.03. You bitch.
You are the closest.
Jason's the closest.
God damn it! This keyboard. Every time I capitalize everything, the A gets capitalized too. What was it? Manic.
7. Good.
Point. Okay, we're there.
Point.
That's it. It's a 7.
just
Just
a
on the
seven.
dot.
Oh shit!
Shit.
Yeah.
All right.
All right.
Okay. Wow.
Not bad.
7.0.
Yeah, that is just straight average crap.
Yeah.
That is you did the assignment.
Yeah, you did it. Yep.
Right, you did it. You turned it in. There's okay, good. You didn't fail. Right, like it's the score I used to give my students when I was trying to get an assignment before the 9 weeks was over.
Yep.
Fucking,
Pretty much.
you turned it in, you fucking idiot. Like, good job.
Good job. You did it.
Shit.
Oh man.
Yeah. No. Yeah. That's about where I expected it to be.
That is a perfect score for that.
I don't think we're gonna get below 13, 14. I think those were just so fucking bad. But like Wage War, like you were close. You could have been. Right? If we didn't,
Not close. Damn it.
if this was your first album, you would have. That would have been bad
No,
for you.
I think if this was our first one, I think it would have been okay because we wouldn't have anything to go off of.
That's
At least me.
what I think some of my nostalgia on it and be like, you used to be good. I know you guys are decent musicians. That's you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, if it was like, yeah, this is what we want to make, I'd be like, this is fucking crap. This would be like on the list. It's like when we vote, yay or nay, it'd be a no. It wouldn't get on the list, and I would never listen to it ever fucking again.
Yeah, you would never hear of these guys.
Right. But like, if Wage War puts out something else, I'd be like, okay, can you fix your issue? Right. Now I know it's like you have the ability to be good. Right. What is happening on this? So yeah, average straight on the dot.
Hey, I will say, cool album cover. The artwork looks cool.
It is not my favorite.
I like
personally.
the Celtic, their little Celtic symbol that they have. I love that.
Yeah, I like the older. Again, I like the older stuff better.
Yeah. Well, there you have it, chat and YouTube, and Wage War. Fucking
Yeah.
cool. Like, fuck, man. I don't know.
Y'all are definitely watching this entire thing.
Yeah, you never know, bro. You never know.
It'd be cool. Be
Hey,
cool.
they're from like 10 minutes down the road, so
Yeah,
come
I
kick
know.
my ass or something.
So
What
yeah,
do you
so,
mean I sound like
you wanna
disturbed?
fight?
so yeah, that was a 7.0 average score. Hope you enjoyed our review. Oh fuck, I'm throwing things. Hope you enjoyed our review. Like we said before, hit the subscribe button and the thumbs up or the thumbs down. We don't care. It still works in our favor. Drop a comment if you gave a shit about this album. Or give us ideas like, hey, you did this album, do X album, and maybe we'll add it to our list.
Speaking of that, Josh.
If you actually want to participate and force us to do something that we don't want to do, you go to our Twitch and you watch us live and you gift us some subs.
Well,
if you gift it.
Who's the next pick?
I think Jen, Sue Gals in Twitch.
Right
is
now,
the-
she's the top gifter.
she's the
yes.
top gifter.
No, I mean,
so
like,
she.
what are we doing next week?
Oh.
Oh yeah. Ooh.
Yeah.
Ooh. So
we got to figure out what we're doing next week.
So Cody, don't show it yet. Hide it for a second. So like we said, there's incentives on Twitch. If you gift, if you're the top gifter, you get to choose the album for the first week of every month.
Yes. So
Okay.
on Halloween, you have until Halloween to be the top gifter. That's when whoever's the top, that's when they're choosing for the first Sunday of November, which is the 7th.
And right now it is Sue Gals, Jen, my partner. She'll be choosing it if no one gifts anything else. Okay. But for next week, right? We have the next 2 weeks already planned for the Halloween show and next week's. And next week is a special time for all us emos.
It's the 15th anniversary of a certain album. When I was a young boy, my father took me to the city to see a marching band.
I was
That's
the marching
right.
band.
Yeah, we were in the marching band.
Yeah.
There he is. There's the marching band.
Right. They're all skeleton emos.
See, that
It's
one
gonna
has
be so fun
That one has
listening to this.
cancer.
This one's going to
no.
be nostalgia.
Nostalgia.
This is
Because-
a pure nostalgia one.
Yeah, I'm curious on how it holds up. Obviously, the songs that are popular we like and we listen to every now and then, but it's all the songs in the in between that we never really paid attention to. The ones that weren't singles or didn't carry over.
We all go to hell.
Right. It's like which
that
ones do they count? Do they matter? Do they stand the test of time?
Does the story still work?
Right.
See, I
Yeah, I know it does.
never got really into my chem. I really only know the singles.
Yeah. Yeah,
I
and
know
that's
them
okay.
really well, but that's all I know.
It's okay because we in that time period the singles were what got people to the shows, right? You didn't really have an internet presence or music videos all that much. 'Cause
Oh,
who
you had
could've-
music videos.
Yeah,
Their
so
music
their
videos are
were
amazing.
cool. I remember them.
Yeah, but like you watched their music videos on MTV too, and if you didn't have that channel, you couldn't watch it.
Yeah, you watch it on Fuse.
Right. But that's the same thing. It's like if you were just a kid, just hanging out.
In the Mark Hoppus show.
Yeah. So I think this is going to be super fun. Another nostalgia. I think it will beat out, some of the other nostalgia albums that we have on our wall of retro. Like Hawthorne Heights, you're getting your ass beat. Right. Under Oath, probably not.
Yeah, so don't touch that one, please.
But I think it's going to be somewhere in the middle. I'm guessing 4 or 5.
I'm thinking it's gonna get above Deer Hunter because it's
Think
another
so?
concept album too. Yeah, and this is
That
a
is true.
way better story than Deer Hunter. I'm sorry.
Yeah, before you're strong
Sorry,
sitting
sorry.
right there though.
Yeah, well,
I
didn't do
yeah.
as good as Deer Hunter apparently. So
But that's the thing about this show,
Yeah,
right? Like
yeah, I wonder why.
our because I skewed that.
yeah, you
Right, I would
Oh,
give
you-
that
yeah.
shit. Because if I give something a 9 and y'all are in the 7s, that bitch is an 8.5.
Yeah.
Right? So like that will happen, and that's the innocence of this show. Okay, that's
Yeah.
why we like it.
love it.
Is this
But
YouTube
next week-
Kids now?
Yeah, next week, make sure you're hang out and chat. Right? That's the good place.
Yeah, what are we gonna do now?
Holy shit!
Yeah, what are we gonna do now, Josh? Without all the YouTube people?
Okay, so without the
Let them know while
YouTube
I put this
people,
back up on the wall.
you fucking nerds, we're gonna go watch YouTube and not get kicked off the air, okay? Because that's what would happen if we were on YouTube. We're gonna over on Twitch. After this show, after the review, we do a post show where we watch all the new music videos that are coming out. We curate a really awesome list for Spotify and for YouTube that we can watch together. We say yay or nay. We vote. We have incentives. If you have channel points over on Twitch, you can tell us if you want to skip this song or listen to your own song. It's a lot of fun things that happen over there. Come hang out. Can't do it now, but next time. Okay? But yeah, goodbye, YouTube. We're going to go hang out on Twitch and do bad things. Goodbye.
Yeah.
We're still on there. Yeah. Bye, YouTube.
Bye, YouTube.
Bye.